Oh my word, we are live. We are direct with one of the best users of the whiteboard ever. Kayla Craft, you are breaking records, making things happen. How are you?
Doing so well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, let them know what you do and how you serve people.
Yeah, so I help female coaches with lead generation through ads and appointment setters, so they can fill their calendars and make more money doing what they love. Um, yeah, so my goal is to help people make 20K, 30K, 40K a month.
Amazing. Yeah, and it's just the energy. It's just the energy leaning in. I think that's the important thing, and things like this. So let us know. Tell us where you were because, obviously the market's changed. Let's be honest. And we have to pivot. So you spent a few months without signing a client. So just describe, where were you before we connected?
I was in a horrible position. I literally ha didn't sign a client, and I know I'm good at what I do. You say I'm great at what I do, but I was getting on calls with unqualified leads, and my previous coaches just told me like, just message every single person, and I was hopping on calls with like multiple calls for months with people who were never going to buy, and I didn't have like a qualification filter system that you really helped me taught me. And so I was wasting so much energy and time with low no, and I wasn't getting paid for it. I wasn't making any money for like 7 months in my business. And I thought, man, when I signed up with you, I was like, if I can't make this work, I'm gonna have to just quit because I can't keep doing this.
And I think ultimately you came to me at a point where you were just ready to go direct. It wasn't about watching videos, or it was going direct. And you knew that you had the 10K offer in you to sell. So what was the urgency? Was the urgency, well, look, if I don't do this, I gotta go back. I know you work for some corporate company, Crocs. You work for Crocs. I'm repping Crocs. I'm repping. I'm repping the Crocs. But was it, if I don't do this, I have to go back to my job?
Yeah, it was going back to actually I worked for Crocs a while back and it was T-Mobile. I was in the wireless industry
Okay.
for 10 years. And so yeah, I mean, I didn't want to go back to working random hours and like helping people reset passwords. Like I wasn't doing making money doing what I love doing that. I love helping people make money and teaching them. And so I was really at a down point when I came to you.
So the magic question is, how has the $4 VA, $4 an hour VA, and whiteboard method, how has it changed things? How? Yeah.
To change my life. Um, I'm so grateful because um, I would have just kept doing the same thing I was doing, and it would have been insanity. And you've really taught me how to find the qualified leads and how the VA can help me generate leads so quickly without me burning out. And with the whiteboard, um, it's showing that value that not a lot of people show on sales calls. Like they're just like, oh, when we're on board, then you can get all the goods. But how can they build that trust if they don't have some results in advance, right? And so that's really changed a lot of things for me. And just when I'm on sales calls now, like I don't barely get any. It's mostly just um, how can I make this work type of thing. People looking for credit cards, people putting home, like refinancing a homes because they want to make money. Like it's amazing what the whiteboard method can do without feeling like like bro marketing type of stuff that they teach in these basic sales scripts that every business coach uses, and that's so boring now, and everybody has this sales resistance because of it. Even framing the call nowadays is builds sale resistance, and it's just making the person feel seen, heard, and understood, and just providing as much value to them to show how your expertise.
You hit the nail on the head so eloquently, because I know in terms of the whole whiteboard system, it was designed based on this book over here, 10x is easier than 2x. And so if we are providing 10x value in the sales process by giving the insights, by giving identity shifts, all of these sorts of things, then it's going to put you in a position of one, because other people are pitching, pushing, scripting, all of those sorts of things, which is, absolutely amazing. Let me share my screen, and then we'll just maybe have a look at um, over here, like, and how did this feel in terms of like when the 10K paid in full deal came through? Like, how did it feel like to say, yes, I'm in there, I've made this happen, closed up? Because before, you were selling at what, $500 a month? Like, what was the most that you'd ever been paid in one transaction before? Was it 3 grand, 1 grand?
I did one sale for 5K back in October, and the girl like paid me and then did work for 2 months and then decided she didn't want to sell because she was
Okay.
scared to sell. And so
Yeah.
she quit, and I really wanted her to get results. And then after that, it was like $500 a month payments for multiple clients because it seems like that's the only way I could close.
Mm-hmm.
And I was burnt out. Those clients were very energy draining, and just expected so much, and I was burned out, and I was working with them for free until they got results, but I should have been more discerning on who I was bringing into my program.
Mm.
Because now these painful clients that I got with this 10K deal and my other 6K deal, um, they put in the work. They're hard workers. Like, they're just like, thank you so much, Kayla. They're so respectful of my time. Oh, I don't want you to go over a few minutes. I'm like, it's okay. But
Mm.
literally, like, their mindset and the way they like put in the work, I know they're gonna make 20K months very soon here.
Amazing.
But yeah, just like closing the 10K deal, it felt so good after being in a dry season. I know you can see that graph from
Yeah.
February
Yeah.
to August of nothing. And it wasn't like I was working 12-hour days, like trying to figure out content messaging, trying to be better, trying to pull in more leads. And I wasn't filtering out who I was hopping on calls with. Um, and that makes a huge difference in discerning that. But when I finally got this payment, just the few days ago, I literally like I was praying every day out loud to God for like 90 days before this happened. And, um, it's been an emotional roller coaster for
Mm.
me.
You've
I
done
have
well.
debt from other coaches,
Mm.
and just I pulled out of my 401k to help pay for this because I knew like you had so many good testimonials and that this could change my life. And so, I trusted you and I trusted the process, and you said it, do exactly what you say, you'll make the money. And when I finally got that payment, and like I took a walk in the trail that I usually like walk in every morning to pray out loud, and
Mm.
I just I just saw these beautiful purple flowers everywhere, and it just like I just fell on my knees and was so grateful to my Jesus.
Amazing. Amazing. You know? That is what you call faith, because you could have easily played small. You played big, and you're producing beautiful work like this. This is what's causing women to invest in you. Talk us through how you're using the whiteboard to gain trust with people.
Yeah, so I use the whiteboard to send them these kind of things in the DMs to show them how they can position their offer to close um, higher paying clients.
Mm,
And a lot of people have, it's all a volume game, but a lot of people have seen like the value and the benefit, and they're like, yeah, let's hop on, like, you want to hop on a call so we can talk about your positioning? And they're
yeah.
typically just like, yeah, let's do it. And I send them a screenshot, and um, they're so open, and they just see that I really like care about their business, and that we want to like help them get results. So having those results in advance really builds that trust as well. And so yeah, it's been great like teaching people, and it's just pretty much just teaching them how to position their offers.
Yes, because as we've seen, if things aren't well positioned, then you could be jumping on calls with people who are all wrong. They haven't got the money, they haven't got the problem, they're civilians, they're not ready for the change. And what's really beautiful is how your work is like a movie, just in terms of everything that's laid out. There's great embodiment. I love the steps. The imagery is fantastic. You're getting great results. And it's basically kindergarten. Like how we lay things out is kindergarten, but it's kindergarten because it makes it understandable for people to see the magic that you have. And what was fun was bringing out the magic in you in terms of the results that you've got. And explain what's happening here in terms of what we use with what we call the 4 T's, and then we're going to do a little experiment in a second. Let us know, yeah, the 4 T's, and how has this helped you, or has this helped you to enroll clients? How has this been important, the 4 T's?
Yeah, so this has been so great because it's laying everything out on the table, what their goal is, what they're struggling with, and showing it to them so that they don't forget what they said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they said, "Ah, I'm feeling so close to my goal, but I'm just not there yet." And then how, like, what they could have done to make that money in that amount of time, and what they would do with the money. And then the trigger is important because it talks about how, like, what's their why, what's like their drive on making this work, and that can really filter out a lot of the people who like don't care about it as much as the people who are driven to success and will do whatever it takes. And so yeah, it's just really like laying everything out on the table. And then if they have objections, like you can just say, well, hey, like I know you said you wanted 30K a
Yeah.
month, like, and you really wanted to have that legacy. You're already 60 years old, like what do you got to lose? Like, and just laying it out on the table, and showing them what they're missing out on if they don't uh like purchase from us.
100%. And the power of this is that we don't use scripts. It's the embodiment when we handle the objections and stuff like this. So what would you say here if the prospect says, Kayla, look, I love your work, but I just don't have the money? Just, yeah, paraphrase, like, what would you do here?
Yeah, I would just say, I would circle like, okay, well, I hear you don't have the money, but if you were
Okay.
making like the 30K over this amount of time, like
Yes.
you would be able to pay that back, like whatever, I mean, what is it expensive compared to what? Like your goal's right
Oh,
there. We can help you hit
oh,
that goal.
oh, expensive compared to what? Is it expensive compared to the property fourplex you could get, or expensive compared to the 160K you've missed out on? Like, what's more expensive, really? Is it the program, or is it the dreams that you're missing out on? Not the right time, Kayla.
Yeah, and like, would you agree that you make time for the things that are most important? Like, I thought you said that you wanted to have a legacy for your family and that time's running out. And so,
Ooh,
that's a thousand out of 10%, a thousand out of 10. So,
yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
wow, 1,000. Yeah. So it must be a priority, Kayla. I said it's 1,000 out of 10. Okay, you're right. Here's my credit card number. Next one,
yeah.
Kayla. I got to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, when you go and think about it, what are you going to be thinking about the most? Usually that's a smoke screen and it's just finances.
Yeah,
Because really I already got them halfway through all of the if I'll script an ad for them or position their
yeah.
offer, like they're already halfway there. So it's really just the implementation. So I'd say maybe you
Mm.
know what is it that you really have to think about it, because you said you're like so close, and we're already so close like to getting those results for you.
Yeah, it makes sense. And also, what I like the fact that we use the 4 Ps. Hey, do you need to think about
Hmm.
the program? Do you need to think about the process? What about the process? Why is it the best process? Do you have to think about me as a person? Do you need to think about yourself? Are there any fears there? Like, are you convicted? Like, are you really 1,000 out of 10? Do you really want to do it for your kids? And things
Hmm.
like this. And I think as long as we do a good job about answering, hey, that's what's going wrong, and here's our solution that you've laid out very well, by the way, Kayla, in this example. As long as they can see that we have the solution for what's gone wrong, then that's the most important thing. How would you combat the spouse objection? Oh, sorry, the mentor. I got a mentor.
Yeah, like how long have you been working with that mentor? Oh, 3 months. Okay, what kind of results have you gotten so far? Do you
Hmm.
feel like, I just kind of see, like, are they helping you hit those 30K months yet? And what mechanisms are they using to help you get to that point? Because it doesn't look like you made any money thus far.
100%, because people always feel that, oh, I've got a marketing agency that I'm working with. Are they helping you achieve the results that you think of? And lastly, before we close down the screen share, this is how many times have we got this? I need to speak to my husband. My husband, yeah, I got to speak to my husband. We never make a decision without him. Yeah. How would you combat this?
Yeah, I'd just be like, do you think your husband would support you in hitting that 30K
Yeah, he
goal?
would. Of course he would. Of course he would, Kayla. Yeah.
Okay. And so if he would help you hit that 30K, is it more like you're asking for permission, or just telling him what you're about to do?
Ooh, powerful. But Kayla, he might say no. What if he says no to me?
I mean, who's running this business? Is it you or your husband? Who's going to
Ooh,
be taking the action to get the results? Is it you or your
ooh.
husband?
So are you trying to say that my husband isn't the high ticket coach in Instagram ads and DM setters? That if I follow what my husband's approach is, I'm going to end up in a corporate job. And if I follow what you're doing, I'm going to end up getting leads, booking calls. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my husband don't know anything about coaching. So I just tell him, hey babe, I'm doing this. They're gonna be
Amazing.
like, oh, this is what I'm doing for my business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. That's that. How did that feel combating those objections? By the way, I didn't give you any warning, did I? That we were
You
going to
did
go
not.
through those objections. How
You
did
did
that
not.
feel?
Good, good. It made me think on my toes.
Because we have to think on our toes, right? And I think that's the most
Mhm.
important thing. And I remember when we were going through a role play, and I said to you, like, perform the script with a smile, perform it like Taylor Swift, Britney Spears. Like, let's get the script and let's rip the script up. What does I mean by that? Like, in terms of ripping the script up, stepping into your Britney Spears, Kayla Swift, Taylor Swift, yeah. Taylor Swift. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I just you meant to stop. I was a little robotic, like monotone, and I was just thinking too much of the whiteboard and the process. And I really like just speaking to the heart of the person and their situation to help them move to shift their limiting belief. Because I think the best mindset coaches are the people who can close high ticket sales, right? The people
Wow,
who,
what makes you say that? That's an interesting thought. What makes you say that?
because you're shifting someone's limiting beliefs and getting them to pay you money to help them get the results. And they're either going to stay stuck forever or work with you and get the results. I mean, if you could take a bullet for your offer and you're confident that your offer will help them get the results, then what's the hesitation in pushing a little bit?
Beautiful. Absolutely amazing there. And I know what's changed things for you a lot is role play. Like, I think it almost brought a tear to my eye, the fact that women on the calls that were maybe thinking, you know, Kayla's being a bit robotic, but all of a sudden they see this 360 change. And they're like, wow, what's happened to her? What has happened? She's smiling in the sales calls. Like, tell us the power of role play. Why is role play the fastest way to learn sales?
Oh my gosh, because yeah, you get better all the time and you think on your toes, like you put a timer on and you're like testing us, like you're like, okay, objection handling right now, go. 5 minutes. But
Amazing.
we need that because like on the sales calls, we're not going to know what's going to happen. And so, I mean, the role plays are super fun, they're important, and I'm implementing that more with my clients so they can get results. And I love it. I love it so much.
100%. And look, if you're able to sell now, you're able to sell in the real world. But the great thing with the whiteboard method is that the fact you give them results in advance, it takes away that will I get results? Because you could have a sales team closing for a guru, right? They go in the program and they don't get results. Just because
Hmm.
a closer has closed someone in, they have no idea of the reality of the program, right? And things
Hmm.
like this.
Hmm.
So, that's the power. What's your vision and what's the next step? I know that we're pushing for a 45K month. This month we're about 20 now. But what's the vision and next steps?
Yeah, booking more calls, sending more personalized insights, more voice messages in the DMs, more whiteboard, and yeah, just booking more calls to get there and closing more sales because I know I can help more people. Like I feel confident. And I think confidence is like something that you also helped me with in getting because my previous coach was like, "Are you sure your offer like playing devil's advocate, like you sure your offer is validated in the market?" Like I'm in leads and sales. Like everybody needs leads and sales. And so um, yeah, next steps is 40K. I want to hit it in the next, you know, 7 days. So that means
100%.
taking action.
Yeah, and that's why we're here. I know I've got 8 calls booked in for tomorrow. I've got 8 half an
Oh,
hour calls booked in. And it's like when you focus and say, hey, I'm just going to add value. Some of those people are going to choose to say, all right. Some of them might say no. But because I've got 8 calls, I can add value to 8 people. And that's it. Help people.
hmm.
That's 8 whiteboards I'm going to share with each person. So I'm adding value, and that's without ads. Without ads, you can do it the way that you want to do it. And what
Hmm.
would you say to someone saying, should I invest in Jay? Like, I'm not sure I can afford it.
I mean, can you not afford it?
Mm,
How can you not afford it? Get
mm.
learning a system that helps you make money and ultimately change your freaking life. He's changed my life. Like I have a system now I can use for my business and continue to have revenue. I didn't have revenue for 7 months. 7 months and I had 4 coaches before that. So he's definitely worth investing in. Doesn't matter. Take out of your 401k, pull from your house, because you will get that money back if you put in the work and do exactly what he says. You will make that money.
100%. And I think this is it. 7 months where it was 7 months. Bam! You stayed in the game. And I think that is where the power comes. Faith over fear, and all the praying. The 90 days of fasting and praying really came to fruition. So well done to you. Let them know what you do and how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, so I'm Kayla Craft. You can follow me on Instagram, Kayla Crafty with a Y at the end. It's my name with a Y at the end. And I help you make more money in your business, close more leads, close more sales, pull more leads in, and we now install VA into your business, help you run ads, and help you with organic content marketing as well, so you can get more views and eyeballs on your business.
Very good. You said something so important. People are always going to want leads in 5 years and 10 years. We're in the right industry, sister. We're positioned nicely, sister.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah. Someone was saying that there's more 50 and 60-year-olds, that 50 to 6-year-olds, they are stuck, no more referrals. That's a growing market. And so we can only look at abundance. So big congratulations to you. More success to you. Kayla Craft, making it happen. Let's make this happen. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And we are out.
Thank you.